Hi, guys. I'm Mark from the Warrior Way podcast. Today I am interviewing for the SGA candidate positions. And now I'm hoping you can introduce yourself and share what inspired you to run for a position in the SGA.
Yeah, so my name is Noah Gardner. I'm running for the president position uh, for the Student Government Association. So a little bit about myself and what inspired me to run for president is I've been in the presidential role at multiple organizations in high school and in college. So I feel like SGA has needs some leadership and some experience when it comes to that kind of stuff. So that's what inspired me to run for the position of SGA. I just want to help out the students and regrow SGA to what it needs to be.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, can you explain what personal experiences or challenges that you've been through that has helped you prepare for this leadership role?
Yeah, so like I said, I have a lot of experience with organizations, especially ones where I have to work with other students and interact with them and making sure their voices are heard. I've worked with I was the founder and president of Clean High School Anime Club, so I helped maintain that and make sure that like when I left, because that was like my baby, so like I needed to make sure that I left them with the foundation they needed to do what they need to do. I mentored one of my officers and made sure that she had the experience she needed and the resources that she needed before I left. So I've been in that position before where, I'm not going to be here the entire time, but I do plan on, leaving stuff behind and making sure it can grow properly instead of going downhill. So that's the type of challenges I faced, with Anime Club was because it was a new organization. I had to make sure it, had a legacy, had a foundation to leave on. So
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds nice. You have a lot of plans to make an impact here on campus.
yeah.
Okay, now, can you explain what the top initiatives are that you have if you are elected into an SGA position?
Yeah. So my top initiatives are making sure that the students are heard first and foremost. Let that be offline or in person. I plan to maintain for the in-person people. I plan to maintain the in-person events that we have. So like the spring event, a movie event, the Halloween event. I plan to keep that in place for our in person, but also at the same time starting new events for our online people and making sure they have are able to participate as well. So like starting like a senator positions for them and getting them representation in the Senate for those online students. My other initiative that I plan on doing is making sure that organizations have a hub within the SGA so they can communicate with other officers and communicate with SGA directly when it comes to funding and getting funds from SGA to help them with their initiatives for their organizations. And then finally, I plan on doing an initiative for mentorship. So I know there's students, who are don't know SGA and like how it runs and stuff. And I'm hoping to start a mentor program towards the end of my term if I do get elected, and making sure that the students who are in SGA have those skills, have those uh, uh, leadership awareness to uh, come forward and take my place and take up the mantle and have those skills.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah,
yeah.
sounds good. Now, can you explain how you're going to work to improve campus life and the well being of the students?
Yeah, so when it comes to campus life, I feel like the school has a pretty good idea of like campus life and like how it is um, already established. We have very good, mentors, tutors. We have, therapy and counseling for free for students, and making sure I feel like the school knows that. Now, when it comes to our online students, I want to do a push for letting them know that there's stuff here that can help them with their needs, and checking in with them. With student well-being, I want to make sure that all students are well, and really having a great time here at Texas A&M Central Texas. So I'm planning on maintaining that and making sure that they have stuff that they need. So that, again, that goes back to my initiatives where I'm going to work with the campus covered, keep that going, keeping our community SGA garden going, and giving back to the community.
Okay, well, sounds good. Now, on that note, can you explain how you plan on increasing the student involvement in campus governance and decision making?
That is a great question. So civic engagement and student participation is basically what I do best, that some people have told me in the past. So a little bit about myself. I do really like campus governance. So the way that I plan to increase student involvement is having not very long meetings, but very short meetings on different days. So like we'll have two different times on 2 different days that work for 2 separate people. So like I know there's some morning people that like morning meetings, some people who like evening meetings. So we'll do 30-minute meetings instead of like an hour or 2-hour long meeting. And I plan to maintain the balance of time to 30 minutes by using a structure similar to Robert's Rules of Order to make sure that the meeting is very quick and precise. So, and when it comes to the decision making, I want the students, I want their feedback, but I also want to make sure that big decisions get made through the actual Senate. So making sure our senators listen to our students, and then they make decisions based off those students' decisions. And what methods? Oh, did you ask me that?
Oh, no, I can ask him that. Okay. But yeah, it's nice to hear that you're planning on revitalizing how the meetings work in order to have time for all sorts of different students to come at different times whenever it meets their needs. And
Yeah. I did want to clarify as well. I do plan on making meeting agendas so people know what's going to be happening in the meeting beforehand, and then having meeting minutes so people know what happened at those particular meetings that we had, and then posting the recording of the meeting online as well.
oh, well, okay. So even people who are not able to make it can still see what was going on with this.
Yeah, and they can message me if if I'm elected. I still plan on being around. So like if they want to contact me or anything, or contact SGA, we'll be able to hear what they have to say, and then actually bring that in our SGA meeting, and we can bring it up for them if they're not able to make it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, now, what methods will you be using to keep students informed and engaged with SGA activities?
So what I plan on doing is working very closely with our organization, starting a organization newsletter. So basically it would be a newsletter that's sent out maybe weekly or biweekly, and it tells students with the times and the organizations that events that are going on campus or off campus. So that's one way. And then in addition to that, I plan on using Microsoft Teams more, and sending out announcements through Microsoft Teams. I want that to be our central hub for our information and our engagement.
Okay, that's nice. So that, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of ways for students to be able to see what was going on with the SGA that week in order for them to keep up with all the news.
Yeah.
Okay, now finally, can you describe your leadership style and how it will benefit the student body?
Yeah, so my leadership style is very much a I'm just like a go with the flow type leader, but also I'm very organized, and I plan a lot. So like when I lead, I make sure that I have a calendar set forward for months ahead, so we exactly know what's going on. And then the students also know what's going on with SGA as well. So they know in advance, so they can plan out, okay, let me, put this in my, planner and stuff like that, so they know ahead of time. But yeah, time of go with the flow. I really like the experts. Like if I was to like have an executive cabinet and also work with other organizations, I typically let them take the lead on things when it comes to stuff that I don't know. So I don't know gardening and stuff, so I let Moya basically take charge of that and make sure that she knows how that works and everything. So let her take charge. So like if we were doing a podcast like we are now, I'll make sure I'll be I'll give you more freedom when it comes to that stuff because I know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. So that's this type of leader that I am. I let people, thrive on, do what they need to do to, help our student body. I'm not going to just be like, no, don't do this. I want it a certain way. I am a planner at the end of the day, but, I let people who are experts at their stuff do what they need to do. And if they need help, they can come to me and I will help them with that. And being a leader is like getting people to help them as well. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So you allow people to use whatever talents, gifts, whatever they have to offer in order to help with SGA.
Yeah. So is that all your questions? Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. This was Noah Gardner. If you're interested, make sure to vote for him because we need people to vote for our SGA candidates. But thank you, everyone.
Yeah, remember to keep warriors connected.
I'm continuing with our SGA interviews. So now I'm hoping that you can introduce yourself and share what inspired you to run for SGA.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Mark. It's really nice to be here with the Warrior Influencer Network. My name's Jackson Spencer. I'm running for SGA president for the upcoming 2025-2026 school year. And I have probably some of the challenges that most accurately prepared me for a role like this would be I did a lot of leadership training in my youth. With the Boy Scouts of America.
Oh, okay.
I was an Eagle Scout through their leadership system. It taught me a lot about leading peer groups, which I think will aid me a lot here, as well as I spent a lot of my early 20s doing restaurant management in specifically Tex-Mex restaurants. That's just kind of the food that I like to eat, so it's where I ended up working, rose up through the ranks, and eventually ended up leading like a whole team of servers and cooks and collaborating with our chef to create like new dishes and experiences for our customers. So definitely through those two avenues, I've learned how to interact with my peers, leading us to like group success through things like outdoors adventure. That's something I also do here on campus with the campus rec department as a trip leader. We do outdoor expeditions that teach leadership, conservation skills, just wilderness awareness. We haven't gotten into like first aid or stuff, but I'm trained in that just in case if you end up going out with us.
Okay. Yeah. It sounds like you have a lot of good teamwork experience that you can bring to the table.
Oh, yeah. My big prerogative as a leader is definitely bringing everyone together and getting people to work together on our common issues. I find that if you get everybody on the same page, you can use everyone's particular strengths to your advantage and make the whole process a lot easier.
Okay, I see. Yeah, instead of trying to take on everything on your own, you know how to make sure to delegate so that people can use their own strengths to help the whole team as a whole.
Absolutely. I know I'm not any kind of superhuman. I can't do it all myself. So inevitably, whatever the challenge is, we'll have to put together a team of the most capable people and try to let them see it through.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, now can you explain what your top initiatives are for if you got elected into the SGA?
Absolutely. A couple of those initiatives would definitely be this campus's involvement in the community. We've already seen that a little bit through SGA having a pretty big like charitable causes prioritization. They do can drives. I'd love to keep that up so that this campus is active and represented in the greater Killeen community. but also bolstering our on-campus culture and community here so that to draw more students on campus. I know we're somewhat online prioritized university at the moment, but I hear very good things about that changing in the next couple years, shifting to prioritizing on-campus activities, attendance. And as we get more bodies on campus, I think we should be prepared for that with events. We've already seen a lot of the great ones, such as the Warrior Picnic,
True.
go really well with the live music, starting to scale those events up so that they're at the size to receive those new masses of people. We had I think 400 college students on campus just this past couple weeks.
Oh, wow.
For just touring. And so I think we're really going to see our in-person attendance skyrocket. And I want the whole campus, but especially SGA, to be ready to provide for those kids that are coming in.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, your SGA is prepared to help out the online audience, but of course our campus is always getting bigger. We're always expanding, so it's important that we're able
Absolutely.
to cater to a bigger audience in person too.
It's so much fun to be able to see everybody's, all your classmates' faces and learn their unique personalities. Go maybe after class. There's a fun game or opportunity to maybe get some food. I think we can start simple. I've seen a couple of the different organizations take up that banner, and that's a big thing for me, is enabling those on-campus organizations we have to just do more of what they already want to do. We have the Science Club, the Rodeo, and Western Club.
Okay, but yeah, I see what you're saying. So I was wondering, how are you gonna help with campus life, student well-being? But yeah, it sounds like you're definitely trying to cater towards being able to let students be able to do more of what they want.
Oh yeah, I want people to be able to spend more time here and not feel like they are struggling to come up with ways to keep themselves busy or activities. Whether that's better signage around campus, letting people know when there is an event going on, where they can go if they don't want to just hop back in their car and go back home. They should be able to pursue student life here and have that be a nurturing, beneficial part of their college experience.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now, how do you plan on helping with increasing student involvement with governance and decision making? Being more involved with voting and SGA activities and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a great question, Mark. I think it all goes back to communication, right? People, especially in our modern digital era, are real information hungry. And so I think the solution to that is to distribute as much accurate and up-to-date information as we can as a campus, whether that's through social media channels, paper flyers, signage around campus. People can't come to what they don't know is going on, right?
Yeah.
So my prerogative, especially with the the on-campus clubs, is to encourage them to have a bigger social media presence, to enable them to get more advertising materials on campus, where a lot of our posters can be circulated more often, and I think there could be a push for even a little more creativity there potentially. But I think that's the key, is communication, really, with the student body. And that can be done a lot through, I think, communicating with the executive levels of leadership and also being able to push out some of that information through emails that can go to wider mailing lists. That takes having stuff ready in advance, though. And that's going to be challenging, but I think we have a group of people that's up to that task. And especially here at Warrior Influencer Network, we have the tools to get it done. So
yeah. Okay, yeah,
I'm really excited about the possibilities there.
Okay, yeah. So through mediums such as social media, emailing, you're gonna use a lot of like digital methods in order to be able to connect with the student body a lot more.
Absolutely. Enabling people to get an event on their calendar and plan, get excited for it, maybe tell their friends, hey, I'm going to this. I just got this email. It sounds really fun, as well as it's maybe cheap or free. And that's how we're going to get better student involvement on campus, for sure.
Okay. Now, can you tell us what your leadership style is and how your leadership style will benefit the student body?
Absolutely. I think I was pretty uniquely equipped to take on a position like this because my leadership style has always been one of group collaboration and really, I think it's important to listen a lot more than you talk when you're in a leadership role like this, because typically the student body, and especially the students that show up, are going to tell you what they'd like. A lot of times, maybe it's just not necessarily the opportunity. I'd love to have, more student forums that are maybe peer hosted, so that we can get an idea as the student government. What would the campus like if we're pursuing things that the majority of our student body isn't interested in? We can never really expect to see high attendance rates to those events and an overwhelming amount of student citizenship engagement. I would be much more interested in seeing what the student body is interested in doing and then retooling the student government's priorities to fit that. Because at the end of the day, like any form of government, we're servant leaders. We are here as, to administer and to govern, but at the end of the day, it's in service of the student body. So that's always been my approach to it, is that what I want isn't so much important. My ability to get others what they want is what I think makes me a good candidate for this.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Once again, you're going back to making sure the student body is able to get what they want out of their time here on campus.
Absolutely. If that, and I've heard a variety of things from that. Some people have said that looks like more food options, different things in the vending machines. I don't know how much power we have over that, but as student body president, I can definitely find out. Are we locked into contracts with things, or do we have options when it comes to things like food options, or is that going to be up to us as the students? With I know one of our clubs on campus recently did like a chili dog fundraiser. That's a great way to get more, food options on campus without necessarily hiring a whole new catering service or replacing vending machine options. We can still, if the student body wants things like food, we can communicate that to the clubs that, hey, people have said this is a thing they'll show up for. So we're going to encourage y'all to throw more events in that kind of sphere. And in that way, too, connecting the wants and needs of students and alerting the clubs so that they can more, not more, but better fit their activities that they're planning so that they can expect higher turnouts.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now can you go ahead and reintroduce yourself for the audience and let them know how they could vote for you for
Oh, yeah.
SGA president?
Absolutely. So I'm Jackson, one more time, Jackson Spencer. I'm a BBA Computer Information Systems student here, about to be a senior, and I would be really excited to be your student body president. You can vote for whoever you vote for. It doesn't have to be me, though that would be very nice. But I just encourage you to go out and vote and have your voice heard in the student body election. That's going to be April 23rd and 24th. You should be getting an email to your student email account with more details on the day, most likely a link to vote virtually. But that should be about it. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Make sure to keep an eye on your email so that you can participate in the elections. We could really use your votes for the SGA. But thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. The more votes, the better. Have your voice heard.
So now we have our next guest. So now I'm hoping you can introduce yourself for the audience and also share what inspired you to run for a position in the SGA.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Moyne McNeely. I'm the current president of the Student Government Association, and I'm actually running to be the vice president of the next administration. Oh my God, a demotion is not, trust me, I've done my time. I want to keep helping, but I want to be more chill this time. So the main reason for that specific position was, of course, I wanted to be more chill with it. I still want to help out the SGA. I like the work that I've done previously. I want to keep doing it. It's just my life is getting chaotic and I don't have the time to invest fully to be like president again. But I still want to help. I still want to, push through all those initiatives I tried to build. I want to get those warrior study circles back with the Warrior Center in collaboration. I want people, be able to study together and have fun together. I want to keep my garden going, because that's a garden that like half of it's for conservation use for monarch butterflies and the other one's like communal vegetables that anyone could take any time. I want to make sure that those keep going. And also, I even if I'm not like going to be voted, I still want at least to like tell the president or whoever's the next vice president, hey, try to keep having those food drives going. Because today is also like our spring food drive is starting.
Oh, okay.
Because like every semester was like the thing I wanted to try to push was at least try to like start the foundation that every semester there's some form of food drive or a good drive to go to the campus cupboard to help out our fellow warriors. And then generally that's basically it. Is my position that I had previously, that I have now as president, I focused on trying to help as many people as I could with what little I can do. And I want to keep doing that. I might not be able to go to full capacity this time due to just life, school, jobs,
Yeah, that
personal
makes sense,
things.
yeah.
But if I can, I want to be VP. And in worst case scenario, if I can't be VP, I'll be like, hey, can you take me as like the secretary of parliamentarian? Just want to help. Just do the best I can.
Yep, you're still here to help SGA, and you've worked hard these last few semesters.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the next question was, how have you prepared for this leadership role? But we've just talked
I
about
kind of did a whole semester.
Yeah, you were literally the president.
Whole year. Yeah. I mean, I've also been president of Science Club. I also, even before I was president of Science Club, weirdest thing is I became president of Science Club the same year I became president of SGA. That wasn't too much to put on at the same time at all. Totally not. 100%. It was a lot. But even then, before I was Science Club president, I was their secretary for like a good year. Yeah, at every meeting, tapping away. Yeah. And even before I was secretary, I was like an assistant to being one of the representatives for Science Club at SGA meetings. My previous experience was SGA was like going on behalf of Science Club. So.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So
you do have a lot of
I've been
experience.
doing the things.
You've been doing the things for a while.
I've been doing the things.
Okay. Well, now, how do you plan on improving campus life and student well-being here on campus with your VP position you're going for?
I mean, mostly I get like a lot of people who come to me with questions and concerns involving how this campus is going. I've had a lot of people who either dislike or like the amount of online classes versus in-person classes. I've had people concerned over, what there's to do on campus, all this stuff like that. And my main thing is I'm going to try to do my best to be that representative for the people. Whatever concerns you guys got, I'm just a representative. And I'll make sure that they get there. I don't have to like them. I don't have to dislike them. But as long as y'all want something done or you guys are concerned about something, I'll go talk to them about it. Because now we finally got the president and the provost listening to us a little bit now. So hopefully we can help you guys out even more now. Like, things are just going good, I think. And I want to make that keep going. I want to make sure y'all are getting the representation y'all deserve.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And now for increasing student involvement in campus governance and decision making, I know you talked about the events and stuff that you want to keep working on and have that keep going semester by semester. Is that part of your plan on bringing people towards SGA as well?
Yeah. I mean, if we all increase the amount of initiatives and also like projects that we have that are, made to interconnect the community with the SGA, SGA helping out, donating to Campus Cupboard or the community, fellow warriors, etc. Or even just having like fun, like end of the year ice cream parties, which planning on doing. So,
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Just having people see that we're there. We're trying to have fun. Why not help out? Why not you? Why don't you thinking of joining, having people have fun? Like, why not? I'm stuttering a lot right now. For anyone who doesn't know, we had a garden event today, and I just got out of the sun, so like my brain's a little bit fried. I was out there for like, what was it like 1:30 right now? Yeah, it's like 1:30 right
about
now.
1:30.
Yeah, so like I was out there for like.
Yeah, the sun was being down.
I can't even
It was
do the
pretty
numbers
hot.
right now.
Yeah,
I can't even do the numbers right now. Yeah, it's like 90 degrees out, I think. It's hot.
just
And
pretty
UV,
hot.
UV. Oof. But where was I? Right, yeah. And just having that interconnectivity with the SGA, with the greater warrior community is initial to ensuring that you guys feel like you have a purpose here and you guys want to be here. We want to see you guys involved with the SGA, but we most specifically want the SGA to be involved with you guys. So why not just keep it going,
Yeah, that makes
Have
sense.
some fun.
Yeah, and now on that note, how do you plan on keeping students informed with like these kind of events that you guys have going on?
Now, this past few semesters, it's been kind of hard, mostly because a lot of our officers either quit or we weren't able to fill those positions. So, like, informing has been hard. But we do plan on trying to, at least I want to, hopefully in the future, hopefully next administration, if I'm within it, is get the social media that we have back online. Because it's basically been abandoned for like a year and a half, 2 years now. There are a couple stray posts during the last summer, and then it kind of died. So I want to try to get that back in. And I also want to make sure that like the emails are more like constant. Unfortunately, just because of how much stuff my life has been chaotic lately, it's been hard to focus full on in. But hopefully with the next administration, if I can be VP or like at least help out, I can make sure that everyone's on a good path and we all can like interact with each other and hopefully get that information out to the campus either via flyers or emails or maybe even just like, once again, social media. I want that. Social media is important. We need to get that back.
Yeah.
Like it's important. We need to get
the
that
WIN
back.
team will make sure to help a lot with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's awesome. And also just, of course, like trying to connect with the other departments on campus so that way there's a greater awareness. Like if we have a bio-related event, get the bio department on it. If you have a business-related event, get the business people on it. Just be like, hey, you guys might like this. Come on in. Come on in. Just kind of like stuff like that. I mean, just trying to get the word out as much as possible.
Yeah, sounds pretty cozy too. Okay, and now can you describe your leadership style and how you believe that helps the student body?
I will admit I am pretty chill right now, and that's probably how my VP leadership will be. I mostly am of the opinion that we do things that the people want, and we try to pass things that the people want. And just like my leadership is, I just want to be your homie. I just want to be your friend. And even if I can't be your friend, at the very least, you could tell me about some stuff, and I'll just be like, okay, see you later. I will do what you need. Like, just, dependability, reliability, if I can. I mean, strange that those words are coming out. It's like, whoa, those are big words, man. Because mostly I'm just like, yeah. Like my words are hard sometimes. But
yeah, you're here for the people.
I'm just trying to, my leadership style is of the people, for the people. I talk of the people. Fancy words are not always of the people. I'm still like tired. But I'm trying to do my
you're
best.
good.
Yeah. But just a chill leadership style where I just want to make sure y'all are all covered and you're all doing good. Yeah. I mean, and I think that benefits the student body because the whole point of a student government association representative, aka the vice president, is we are the representatives of you. If I can make sure you guys are okay and you guys are even willing to talk to me at all, as long as I can be there for you, then that's my job. I'm here to be for you. I'm for you. That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Like, my leadership style is pretty chill.
Okay. Well, if you guys want someone that's easy to approach, make sure to vote for Moira. Moria, sorry.
It's okay. It's one of those weird Irish names. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, make sure to vote for Moira.
You're saying it wrong.
Okay, sorry.
Moya.
Say it Moya.
Yeah.
Make sure to vote for Moya for VP for
This is where we
SGA.
say Moira for the third time. I was kidding, man. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay, but yeah, thank you everybody.
You have a good one now.